Hi guys, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Mike.
This is the Disney for Couples podcast. It's your hub of information about traveling to the Disney parks or Disney cruises as adults, as couples. But basically, we don't talk about family stuff here.
No way.
No kids' meals, no height requirements. We don't care about your strollers because you're not bringing one.
Right.
No diaper bags. Except, side note, diaper bags are the best thing to carry like messy stuff in. So if you're like traveling and you have to put all your toiletries in something, I love a diaper bag. I actually had a diaper bag for years all the way back from college because like if makeup or something spilled in it, it was like super easy to clean out.
Now I know what to get you for Christmas.
I would actually love a diaper bag, but
all right.
Not for kids.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about our very, very upcoming Disney cruise. It's a matter of like
48 hours
practically
or less.
Hours away at this point.
Yep.
If the storm that seems to be coming into the Caribbean doesn't completely ruin our plans.
Yeah. I was reading, though, that Disney's cruise line, is it Disney Cruise Line? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Yeah. They very rarely cancel cruises. So
well,
they
this
probably
would maybe be the first.
They probably have a good way to go around storms. You know, like turning.
I like canceling.
Right.
I'd be really sad to not go where we're supposed to be going. I'm dying to see St. Thomas.
Yep.
So that's actually a good segue into what we wanted to talk about first, which is why we booked a cruise during hurricane season. So this cruise has been on the books for like a year. We booked this about a year ago, I think. The second they announced that the cruise ship with the Haunted Mansion bar was available for booking, we like hopped to and booked.
Mm-hmm.
But we purposely picked a cruise at the end of September, which is hurricane season.
Peak hurricane season.
Yeah, I think I might be wrong about this, but I think this might be their last cruise of the year because I don't know if it's for the Treasure or what, because they do the Alaska cruises too, I think.
They have
right?
cruises all over the world, I think.
But I believe that this one that we're going on, this was the last time we could book. Because I remember thinking like if they canceled and we had to change our plans, we can't go until next season.
Right.
So we booked during hurricane season because it's the first time Mike and I have ever been on a cruise. And we don't know if we're going to like it. We don't know if we're going to get seasick. We just don't know if we're going to like enjoy cruising.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we'll save some money so that if we hate it, it's not like we spend $7,000 on the cruise, and prices are much lower this time of year because, well, first of all, probably because nobody's on vacation, but also because it's a risky time of year to go in terms of weather.
Right.
So we decided to go this time of year for that reason. We also like went as basic as we could when it came to the room. We have like the most basic standard room you can have. We don't even have a window.
Yep.
So I really hope that the weather is good so we can at least like be outside.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's hoping too that we are able to have dry time when we're on the islands. Actually, I don't recall. Do you know when we're supposed to be back on the ship on the days that we are, at port?
No, I don't remember, but we picked some of the shorter excursions. So my guess is that we'll be back in like plenty of time. Plus, we're doing the cruise excursion. So I can't imagine that they would not get us back on time.
Sure,
we're not like going out on our own those days.
Mm-hmm. My point being that the inclement weather is more likely in the I think the late afternoon, kind of like it is at home.
Well, that's when we're going to be on the excursions.
Oh, all right.
So we're going to do a nice long podcast when we get back to tell you everything that we liked, didn't like, learned, experienced on the cruise. Again, this is our first cruise ever, not just our first Disney cruise. Neither one of us have ever been on a cruise. So we're really excited. But today we wanted to talk about all of the many things we learned when getting ready for this trip, because cruising is like no other type of vacation. There is so much to do beforehand that we didn't know until like this week.
Yeah, it's
like practically this week.
It's like all of the annoying parts of the airport, the DMV, and the scary ocean all combined into one mean monster.
You're not kidding. We just didn't know what we didn't know. And, you know, aside from like, what do you wear in a cruise? And like, what are we going to do when we're like at the islands? Like we really in a way kind of dropped the ball on this and had to like over the last just very few weeks really rush to get some of this stuff in order because we just thought like you just go. I mean, we go to Florida all the time. It's where we're leaving from. We fly a lot. We're in and out of hotels all the time between traveling to New England from New York and Florida, and we go to California and stuff. But like we just were totally unprepared. And now, you know, if we ever cruise again, we'll be way more prepared.
Yeah. Yep.
So tell everybody about our paperwork fiasco that we waited way too long to get on top of.
Yeah, it's kind of a couple of things. One of them being that in order to get on the cruise ship, you need to have your birth certificate.
For this cruise, yeah. For some cruises, depending upon where you're going, this is called a closed circuit cruise because we're starting and ending in Florida. So luckily, we didn't need our passport for this one.
Right. The thing with the birth certificate is when you look it up online, there's a lot of mention of your original birth certificate. Mm-hmm. And to me, that meant like what you have, the original document.
Right. That's like falling apart.
Right. That's, that's like aged crazily. And like, but we've learned that that's really not what it means. When a official entity like the Disney Cruise Line is requesting your quote unquote original birth certificate, what they mean is a certified state copy. So luckily I actually had that, which is a copy of my birth certificate that says certified copy on it, and it's in state letterhead, and it has a raised seal on the back of the paper too. Mm-hmm. So that was a little interesting because I was starting to think like, who has it? Like I have to hunt this down.
Yeah, who has it? Where is it? Will they accept this? It was a whole mess.
Right.
So to back up a little bit, what happened was way too late. Like 2 weeks ago, we were like, let's just double check that we have everything we need for paperwork to travel. I didn't have what we needed for the TSA because we're flying from Florida. I'm sorry. We're flying from New York, where we live, to Florida the day before the cruise, and then a couple days after the cruise, flying back home. So we needed paperwork for TSA, and we needed paperwork for the cruise. And it's different paperwork in some instances. Mm-hmm. I had what I needed for the cruise, but not the flight. You had what you needed for the flight, but not the cruise.
And initially, I thought that I was not going to have what I needed for the flight because I had to go and track down. I had to get a new copy of my Social Security card, and that was for TSA.
Right, but now you don't. You found out that you don't have, right, because TSA just changed their rules. Now you need
the real ID.
I mean, they've been saying forever you're going to need the real ID, but now you really, really need it. Or you need an enhanced ID.
Right.
Neither one of us had either. So you thought you were going to have to get your ID, which you needed your Social Security card for, which you lost in your move when you moved from Massachusetts to here, we think. Mm-hmm. But then you found out you could use your expired passport.
Yes.
But you couldn't use that or your license for the cruise. So yeah.
That's a
it's been a mess.
That's a good little fact to know, and certainly double check it yourselves if you're gonna go this route. But the TSA will accept a passport that is expired up to 2 years.
Mm-hmm. As of right now. Yeah. And then I had to go to the DMV because I didn't have. They like wouldn't let me fly, or I don't know what happens if you show up at the airport and you don't have the right stuff. I read that they might take you to like a security screening room and do like
Yeah,
extra
I
screening. But
read
who
that too.
knows? I mean, what
Yeah.
if they just said, no, you can't fly?
They'll
Like we
fire
would have
you.
missed everything. It fired me from flying. So I had to go to the DMV to get my real ID. And they were like, okay, you'll be sent it in 2 to 3 weeks. And I was like, well, I'm supposed to get on a plane in like 10 days. So
Yeah.
I got really lucky that they did it quickly. So this is all to say, make sure as early as possible that you have everything you need for any modes of transportation you're taking to the cruise, including the cruise.
Yes.
Because they could have just said, no.
Oh yeah.
Nope, you
Yep.
don't have the paperwork. We couldn't have gotten anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
We would have just been in Florida.
you can get like an emergency passport if it's
Yeah.
an emergency.
Right.
But this isn't an emergency.
No, this is
so
just a fun emergency.
yeah, nobody would have helped us.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely learned that the hard way because it wasn't until like a few days ago that Disney approved all of our paperwork and we were finally like, well, now we can be excited
Yeah,
that
we
we're
were able
going
to
because we
sleep.
really thought like
50-50.
yeah, like we
Yeah.
might not be able to go, and we have 2 hotels and 2 flights booked on top
And
of the
a rental
cruise.
car.
Yeah, and a rental car.
Yeah.
So like,
Don't be
we
dumb like us.
yeah, don't do it. Well, speaking of everything we had to book, travel plans are not easy when you're going on a cruise because we did not want in any way to risk flying on the day we were leaving.
Right.
And we also didn't want to step off a boat and get on a plane in case we like don't do well with the motion sickness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this one excursion, this one vacation on the cruise means flying in the day before, getting a hotel room, getting transportation to the port, and then when we come back to the port at the end of the trip, getting transportation to wherever we're going, which in our case is a hotel for 2 nights, and then getting back to the airport to fly home. So
a lot of moving parts.
yeah, there was like booking the cruise was the easiest of all of them. Everything else was like, where are we going to be and how far is it from Port Canaveral and how do we get back and where do we get the rental car?
And the ship is just in the middle of it all. It's not even, we're toward the beginning.
The easiest part.
Yeah.
The easiest part is getting on the ship
Right.
and like,
Right.
you know, throwing our hands up and not having to make any plans, but everything
Seeing
else.
Mickey.
We still don't know how we're going to get from our hotel to Disney World on the day we fly in because we have a whole day.
Yeah, tune in for that.
We booked in
We
really
might be walking.
Yeah, we booked a really early flight, so we have like time in Disney that day.
Right.
But we don't know how we're gonna get there.
Right.
I mean, probably like an Uber, but
Or your dad.
I literally don't know if I've ever ordered an Uber. We just don't use Uber.
Right. Or your dad.
Yeah, my dad's here,
Yep.
and my friend Kara, if we ever got really stuck, she's gonna be in New York. Our friends who live
very
in Florida
good. Very
are
good.
gonna be in New York, so
Mr.
I can't
P.
even call a pinch
Mr.
hitter.
P, gas the car up.
Okay, what else? Oh, everything we realized we can't pack.
Right.
Half of like a big portion of our packing list whenever we travel, a lot of the time we travel by car, even when we go to Florida, are like comfort items. And just on a whim the other night, I was like, well, let me just see what you can't bring on a cruise. I just assumed it was like all the stuff you can't bring
on a plane.
like on a plane.
Yeah.
No, you can't bring extension cords, your like streaming devices. We bring our Roku everywhere. You can't bring that. Can't bring your heating pad, which I like. I'm on my heating pad
We
half
may
of
as well
the
surgically
day.
attach it to you.
Yeah, like I have a bad back and bad shoulder, so I'm just like on it whenever I'm relaxing. What else can't you bring? Oh, your steamer, like your clothing steamer. So I have to go to the like laundry facility and iron my clothing, which is my least favorite chore ever.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else did I say? Like we can't pack that. Oh, white noise machine, which we bring everywhere.
I blanked that one out, really?
Yep.
Dang it.
Yep. And like if you pack stuff that you're not supposed to pack, they will take longer to get you your luggage, and they'll probably like throw out your stuff. I mean, they're not going to keep it and be like, "Here we go. We have
Right.
it for when you're done with the cruise."
Right. Yeah.
So that is a lot of items that we would have thrown in our bag like without even thinking about it.
Right.
So yeah, go over that. And all kinds of stuff that we never pack anyway, but that other people might, like home cooked food or liquor. There's like certain like alcohol guidelines you have to follow.
Ritualistic candles.
Guns,
Yep.
knives, drugs.
Ritualistic Pluto keychains.
Oh man, we can't bring that. I love my ritualistic Pluto keychain.
What else you got?
We didn't realize, until this wasn't a big deal, but I'm happy we looked into it. I don't remember making any decisions about gratuity when we booked. Maybe we did, but it was so long ago and we were just like, let's just get this booked. Let's just get it booked before there's no more availability. So we had to educate ourselves all about gratuity because so much of the food, really arguably, if you didn't want to pay for anything else, you wouldn't have to. Just about everything we're going to eat is covered.
Yep.
But gratuity, you have to pay gratuity either in advance or at the end of your trip. You don't go to one of the restaurants that is included in the dining that's included in your cruise and leave a tip.
Mm-hmm. So
we would have left the cruise with a bill for $500 or something just for gratuity, which I wouldn't have expected. And I looked at, because somebody mentioned it to me and I was like, God, I didn't even think of that. I think my dad or something mentioned it. So we looked into it and we paid it in advance and everything, which will alleviate whatever our bill ends up being on the ship at the end of it. But again, I didn't even.
Right.
Surprise. What would I have done? Left cash on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
our
all this stuff
pass.
leave the annual. All of the stuff that's just I'm assuming very specific to being on a cruise, or these little details that how would you know if you don't know?
Yeah, this home is in full cruise mode. There's not a part of our apartment that isn't in the pack up stage right now.
Yeah, the shut down the home,
right.
Pack up, because we're going to be gone for a week and a half.
Right.
And then the last thing that we did last minute the other night was we already had our excursions booked when the window of time opens where you can book whatever you want to do on the boat that you need to reserve, which isn't that much, but it's a couple of the fancy restaurants, some of the wine tasting and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then all your offshore excursions. So we had booked all of those things basically because we had to. But the other night I was just flipping around on the app for Disney Cruise Line and I was looking at the frequently asked questions. And I realized that I thought we could just get on the ship and if we didn't want to do one of the excursions or we wanted to change our mind, we just talk to them about it and it's not like that. If you didn't cancel, I think it was 3 days before your cruise, you're paying for those things,
right?
Whether you do them or not. And they're pricey. Some of them are a couple $100 each. We had a ton booked.
Yep.
Because we didn't really know what we were going to want to do. So we had booked extra thinking we would cancel. Well, the day I was looking at the app was 3 days to when we had it was the last day we could cancel.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why we sat down late at night and I said all right, we have to go over all this stuff. And we canceled a couple things and scheduled a couple things that we wanted to do instead that had freed up as people are changing plans. But again, I just wouldn't have
another opportunity for us to maybe have been up the creek.
Yeah, we would have been stuck going. We had filled our day at Castaway Cay, which is Disney's Island, so much that we wouldn't have enjoyed it. We were we don't need
miserable.
This and we don't need that. And
yeah.
So yeah, we got by this planning by the skin of our teeth, but I'm shocked that two people who travel as much as we do were this unprepared. And when we booked our cruise a year ago and we told my parents, my mom said to me that her neighbors who either cruise all the time or one of them worked for a travel agency or both said to her, let me tell you all the stuff there is to learn about a cruise. And they talked all about it because before COVID, my parents were going to go. And my mom was saying this to me and I was kind of half half rolling my eyes like, how much could there be? You know, that's ridiculous. Well, we probably didn't get everything like sorted out that we could have or should have by this point, but even what we did felt like a whole lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like moving to a new country that moves.
Moving to a new country that moves and might sink.
Right.
I have to say, I'm nervous about being on a. I'm nervous about it. You know, I've never been on a ship like that or a boat like that. I've never been on a boat overnight ever. So
well, we'll be okay. I think that once we're on the ship and we're in a good groove, like we've walked around, I feel like we're gonna really take to it.
Yeah,
I'm also
terrified,
I
hope so.
So that's me trying to make myself feel
like
better.
At night, in the middle of the night, I keep making myself stay awake because I just start thinking like, oh my God, we're gonna be like in the middle of the ocean, floating and
with
just
whales.
go to sleep like that and wake up like that. And
yep,
it's weird to think
it
about.
is.
Okay, so before we wrap up, give me 2 things you're most excited about or very excited about now that we watched the YouTube video about the cruise ship and like we know a lot more than we knew like a week ago.
Here he comes, Basic Mike. 2 items: the Haunted Mansion bar.
Naturally.
Yep, and the food.
Just generally the food.
I am so elated we paid for it technically already, but I'm so elated to be doing something Disney adjacent where the food is quote unquote on the house.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we actually eat healthier on our Disney trips than even at home usually. Sometimes because we want to like feel as good as we can. But, you know, even the gluten-free options at the restaurants for me, like they're like relatively healthy and they're delicious sounding. There's a lot of seafood and a lot of steak.
Yep.
I'm excited. This isn't officially one of my things I'm excited about, but I'm excited to not grocery shop, cook, or do dishes for a week.
I know. It's going to be great. What about you?
Oh, no, you said your 2, right? Haunted Mansion. I am really excited to I'm really excited to have weather permitting, I'm so excited that our days are going to be wake up, go to the pool, go to a nice dinner, go to a cool bar, go to a show. We have not been on a vacation together, maybe ever, where one of us isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that much relaxation time. I mean, we don't have to get in a car. We don't have to look at GPS directions. I was thinking the other day, I'm not even going to bring my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring my phone with us, but just leave it in the car. So just the utter, taking a break is what I'm looking forward to.
Uh-huh.
And I think it'll be really fun to go to some of those shows.
Aww.
Whether it's the movies or the shows, those theaters are really cool on board, and we don't really do stuff like that when we go to Disney World. We're never into the shows, and even the really good ones like the Festival of the Lion King and stuff. We just don't go to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to just having that be part of the trip and enjoying it and being entertained in that way. I love theater.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not canceled by whatever this tropical storm is that's coming in.
Yeah, hopefully not.
So you'll hear from us when we're back, and we can't wait to tell you all about it. And bon voyage.
Thanks. I like it.
Thanks for listening, guys. Check out DisneyForCouples.com for more information just like this. And go shopping at Magical Sticker Store and Etsy for your waterproof vinyl stickers inspired by Disney parks. We're just putting up a bunch of new designs. And thanks so much for listening. Remember to stay young at heart like Walt would want.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.